what, I love you, I like the way you are, I just want to have something to do with you, and I'm going to give you this. That's what goes on these days. Don't say I like you, I like you, I like you. Come on, what do you like about me? What do you love about me? Instead of disturbing again, I want to see you, I like you, blah 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 blah. And then there was this particular day I said I was coming, and the first thing he said was, "Are you spending? Are you spending the night?" I said, "As what? You see me, you like me because I'm beautiful, isn't it? I see you, I like you because you came with a car or you have money. You get now." Take out the money that you give to me later on. Take out the beauty that you have to. What exactly do you want? What exactly are we doing here? What exactly are you holding to? What are you holding to? You get nothing. We love for the wrong reasons. You see somebody or more because she has figure eight, you follow, and then I see you because you have money, you have a big car, and I feel I can get something.
An idea of loving the person comes.
Thank you. And now this is one problem we have.
Local stories, global insights. This is the OyaGistme podcast.
Life totally gets boring when there's no gist to keep you going. My name is Chinedu.
And I am Meglina Otto.
Together we're your hosts for the OyaGistme podcast, where we talk about local stories
with global insights.
So today on the OyaGistme podcast, we've got amazing gist for you guys, but we're just going to, not overstraight you guys, but make it a little bit snappy and cute, I guess.
Because it's a very controversial topic.
And we need them to share their
that strikes a very hot debate, yeah.
We're going to be discussing, is love really now a transactional affair? Wow. Do you think love really is now something transactional?
It's deep. That's really deep. It's really deep because I think we have different insights, or people have different insights to that, A lot of people will say, love is transactional these days, money for love, back for you get. But some other people still believe love really exists, like true love really exists when with the right person. Anyways, we're debating on it.
So I feel like at the end of the day, people are scared because you fall in love and then you fall out in love and there's nothing to go back home with.
That's true.
It's like you spend your entire time giving love to someone, being there for them, doing the right thing, giving them all the necessary affection and all that. And at the end of the day, they leave you for someone else.
True.
So
and that's so painful, like wasted efforts, wasted years.
So you have women out there who are worried about what they intend to achieve when they're no longer with you. It's like the period of time they are dating you, they are giving everything, and then you wake up one morning and there's someone else out there who is catching your fancy, and there's nothing for them to fall back on. You disappear. So we now have a generation of women who come into the relationship and they're like, if this guy no get money, why am I there? Because, like I said, they give
at the end of the day, what do I go home with? At the end of the day, I look back into the whole wasted time and I don't have anything to go home with. I have to start from the scratch over again. And it's really so annoying. So let me not just talk.
Coming to the question as angle of it, relating to your agenda.
Okay.
Do you think it is nice to date a guy because of what he has, and not because of the connection and the affection you share for that person?
No, I won't really say it's nice, not because of the connection or affection. It's actually good to feel something for somebody, You know how love feels. I don't know if you've felt loved before, or if you've been loved before, or if you've been in love. It's so sweet. You see yourself in the next person, you get.
Yeah.
You just want that thing to continue. Yeah. But then there are still some things into it that you have to sacrifice for and all of that. But let me just switch or deviate a little. The thing is, okay, I won't really blame a lot of persons out there for making it very transactional. I would point out both, or maybe we could size both, both and actually see which exactly we'd ponder on. Okay, now the thing is, as a lady, of course, as you rightly said, you wouldn't want to focus in a whole energy into. You wouldn't want to put every energy into building something you won't get anything from at the end of the day, Because for ladies, let me not say, okay, you ask my gender, and I'm trying to talk about general things.
She don't necessarily speak for all the entire for all the women,
for everybody.
You're speaking for the one.
For my gender,
from your own aspect,
ladies love with everything they have. When you love, like, it's 100%. Now you're soaking yourself into that into your partner, into your man, you get. Now, your whole life in your head, you're giving in everything for this. Because there's a saying that goes out there, you know, people say, she has to sacrifice for this, so she'll show you she loves you and all of that. So we allow those things get into our head and want to prove a point all the time. Okay, fine. Let me just do this to show I love this person with the whole of my heart. In bad times and in good times, I'm going to stand there. No matter what it takes, I'm going to be there. Now, putting in every effort. It has happened. I'll tell you a life story. It's very annoying, I tell you.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not just talking from a place of hurt, but it just happens. And sometimes you turn back and ask yourself, what do men really want? Or what do people really want? Because I really don't want to use my gender alone, because it affects your gender too. You know, there are times that you as a man put in a lot of effort into something,
and, then you don't get
and
it
at the
back.
end of the day you don't get it back. The lady is just there to catch fun and then
leave.
move out and
move
then
on to
leave.
the next
Yeah,
person,
and unfortunately for you, maybe
lost
that's the
it.
relationship you're telling yourself, Omo, I don't stop. I
don't
don't
see my
playboy
future
anymore.
wife.
I don't see future wife, and then she plays with you and gets away with it. Now the thing is, okay, coming back to the whole discussion thing.
Yeah.
When you focusing energy into a lot of things, and then at the end of the day, nothing. Okay, the fact is, why people turned it into a transactional thing?
Should we say it's money first, love later?
No, not money first, love later. For some ladies, it's love first. Then when you as a man, when they now check or when they see some other things, they be like, the attributes of what you have. They now begin to be like, oh, fine, I won't really focus in energy into this. I will just stay there for what I want to get and move away. There are things that trigger a lot of individuals to act that way, you know. So sometimes when they switch and start acting the way they act, you have to go back, because some of them is out of experiences and out of a place of hurt, you know. And then they'll not tell your mom, the next man when they come my life, guy, I don't go put in any effort into this. I'll just be there for the money and that's it. Now, as a lady, sorry, I'm talking and talking.
Go on the floor.
As a lady, sometimes when you date a true, or when you see your partner, or when you meet a man and you be like, okay, fine, I'm ready to go down for this. I'm ready to sacrifice for this. On the other hand, the guy now but he thinks in a mumu you be, because you're in your own mind, you know, you're being human. You have emotions. Now I don't want to. You're just trying to do the right thing, so you can end up with the right person. You know, and then when you put in effort into this whole thing called love, the man on the other hand thinks, oh fine, it's time to take advantage of this.
And
now he doesn't
she's in too deep.
She's in too deep. This girl loves me. Without her, without me she cannot survive. She can't even come out of it. She loves me so much, and he begins to misbehave. Quote me wrong if I'm wrong. You get exactly. So the thing is, he now starts looking at it on the other way, and then he takes advantage of the whole thing. You can imagine now that you're dating a man and he has never asked you, because you don't know how to act as a lady, you know, and then he never asks you, babe, how far toiletries?
Do
you want for your sanitary towel? Do you want your hair? He never asks you anything, because you love him, and because he knows that because you love him, you understand his finances, you will not ask.
And then you sort it yourself.
And you now keep sorting out yourself in the place of love. You keep sorting out now. In your head, you're like, I know say, gets. I know say if he gets.
Understanding girlfriend.
Thank you, understanding girlfriend. You will see Pepe. I'm just talking, you know. You understand with him because you're like, oh, we have something to build. Now, this is something we should build. I don't want to be a gold digger. Let people not say, oh,
because you're there for money, or you're there for...
Exactly, I'm too demanding. If you ask, the man will say you're too demanding, and then you wouldn't want that.
Not all men though.
Not all men though. For men that understand what it feels to be a man, and they cater for your woman, they don't say that. You get but for the ones that, but the ones that just sit down there and they see that you love them, they take advantage of the whole thing. And then you don't ask, they don't give you. You don't ask, they don't give you. Now, if you leave that love now, what are you going home to? One, you look tattered. You don't have anything.
You've lost everything.
You've lost everything, and you're in love. Now, when she comes into, or when she leaves this particular thing, and funny enough, said the guy will not be the one to now cheat on the lady again and get away with it. So you can imagine you sacrificing everything, and you're still being cheated on. You look back and you don't have anything to go back to. You have to start from the scratch again. Now, it now sprouts out this whole defense mechanism and protecting of your heart, and then you tell yourself, oh, see, I'll be very careful if I'm loving again. I've played a fool this time around. I won't be the fool the second time. So if I meet another man, see, if you don't give me money, I know they do. You need to live up to your responsibility as a man for me to understand that, oh, fine, you can cater for me, not me doing for myself, and you're sitting. I tell you, I don't know how this is, but it's really true.
Yeah.
When you show yourself as, oh, fine, I'm an iron lady, the man leaves it to you to do. It happens to me too, or it has happened to me. And I felt it, and I'm like, oh, fine. Maybe the next time, I won't really be that, I understand with you, I can, yeah.
So at the end of the day, you've given all this, insights to arrive that women are now trying to be careful, so they don't go out losing in the relationship. Yeah.
Of course, yeah, they don't go out losing, but some others are just there for the money.
They are also
carved out. They have them. They don't care about love. They'll tell you, maybe because they've undergone something too. But this time around, they come out and be like, no, if this man is not going to fund this thing, I'm not going to do it. Now, let's talk about the main aspects of being transactional. Now, I think we sat out and then we're talking about something, and then a story sprouted. Popped up. And then there's this girl. She was dating this man. He's married. Yeah, Yeah, from that place, it's wrong for you to even go out with a married man first. Yeah. So then she is this she doesn't have parents. She's an orphan. Oh. And then coming from a scratch, she doesn't even know how to start. So she met this cool man and like, oh, fine, very nice. Can help you. Yeah, very nice. He helped her and all of that. And then at the end of the day, they got dating even for years
while he was married.
Yeah, while he was married. And then subsequently, if she does some things like over the years, you'll be like, you're too demanding. You're becoming more than my. You're becoming wife. Yeah, no, not even more than my wife. No, he doesn't even bring his wife into the whole this thing. Like, you're becoming too demanding. It's more like I'm no more your level. You're not a high class girl. Yes, And then when she was talking, she was like, "Come, I don't understand where this is coming from. So you want me to still be the same person years ago with the economy situation and all of that." Whoa. So while I was trying to,
there's a shift to the economy.
Exactly. When I was trying to talk to the both parties, and I was like, wait, see, the fact is, and you as a man, you live your life. You're already married. You have kids. Everything. She has a life to live. You're being possessive about her. Yeah. She can't do anything with herself, and then you're expecting her to still be there, and then you're not giving her what she's supposed to get, what she needs. Now, you're not keeping to your own path as a man. Now, let's talk about your part. And I told him, I promise you, if this girl doesn't satisfy you, you don't have optimum satisfaction or get what you need from her. I bet you will leave her and follow someone else. And he was dumbfounded looking at me. I said, yes.
Because
this is what they talk about. Yeah, because he was talking about being transactional. Yeah, and ladies are becoming this. You want me to do this? You want me to do that? It's been transactional. I don't like transactional things. And I said, this is a particular.
Because I know it's not love.
Thank you. Yeah. You get now. This is a topic that people shy away from. Now you say, oh, fine, because this is this. Oh, it's now becoming transactional, and I don't need it.
And you forget that it's both parties being transactional.
It's both parties being transactional. Because I bet you, if she doesn't live up to your responsibility as your girlfriend, you will leave her and move for somebody else. Now, if you don't give her the money, she sees an opportunity. She'll move. She gets it. So that's what I say.
Do we think love is still real? Look at the times of our parents and our grandparents. It was easier for them to find love. I think back then in the days, it was easier to just say, Mr. Okeke, your son will marry my daughter. And then you have them grow into this particular persons where they already knew they've been betrothed to each other. And then there's a love story going on. So, in as much as we, the new generation, we feel like it was a little bit wrong at that time because you didn't know this person so well, but then you ended up with them and they produce offspring. So many of us are products of, relationships like that. So, do we think here and now, love still exists?
True love still exists. True love still exists.
Not in the movies like in real life.
Not in the movies like real life. Even though it's difficult to find this time around because people have different
needs for love.
Thank you. They have different needs for love. Like a lot of people are scared. My friends will tell me, "Oh, babe, I'm scared to fall in love with a guy because I really don't know if it's coming from a place of if it's true or not." Because a guy, you're chatting with a guy now, I'm like, okay, fine, I'm a young lady, you're a young man. Maybe we could build something, and he's telling you, "Hi, babe, I love you so much. Not even love, I think I like you. I'm so attracted to you. I think we could have something together." Now, it's not even defined.
Yeah,
Now
at
in
that
your
moment,
head, you're
yeah,
like, let me just
flow with
play
this
along. Let me
person,
just
yeah.
flow with this vibe to see where it's going to.
Mhm.
Funny enough, guy go use you, leave you, come out. That's the truth about it. You get, of course, it goes on and on and on.
Well, not in all every scenario though. It's not like
Not in every scenario, but see, 99.9%. Like, I don't really know what's going on these days. People
You
will
guys-
tell you.
You'll leave a comment in the comment
No,
section
please.
if it's true. I mean, I speak on behalf of the guys. I know we're not lying. I know there's still real love out there for men.
No, there's still real love. There are ladies that love, like truly, like real, and there are guys too
That
are
love
meant
for
to
real.
that love for real.
'Cause I-
Now, people are not sprouting and looking for that partner that they will love. Like some people are out there looking for true love.
So I feel like because of the situation of the economy right now, it makes it difficult for a woman to find love because so many of the men these days are hustling and struggling to make ends meet.
You're struggling
And then-
to make ends meet. You want to love. You want to have a
Well,
baby.
we'll get there. So I feel like
Really?
so I always say the situation of the economy reduces the level of interest in love because men now feel women want money alongside being in love with someone. So when a guy gets to the point where they feel like they cannot meet your needs, then they try to be a little bit they work hard a little to meet up with you, and then most times the women go above. It's like your gender never stays one place.
No,
It's
no,
like-
it's not
yeah.
that. No, it's not that we never stay one place.
Well, I feel like
Okay, you feel
I feel like at some point, it's difficult because you're trying to meet the demands of a woman. Somebody else comes into her life and sweeps her off her feet.
that
It's like
happens.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just like it's now a competitive space, and then because you're a man who has bills to sort. I mean, every single man has bills to sort, have things to do. They need to build themselves up
Of
to the point where they're now
course,
ready
yeah.
to marry. So love goes behind because a frustrated man cannot be in love comfortably.
True.
Same way a frustrated woman
Woman
cannot be in
cannot,
love.
yeah, you're right.
So I always say, until you're financially and emotionally ready, don't fall
Stable
in love.
already.
Stay off
Yeah,
love. I
seriously.
mean, anyone can love you regardless. Your brothers can love you, your sisters, your friends can love you, your female friends can love you. But I feel like we twist the idea of love these days that it's no longer what it is or used to
Yeah,
be.
what it used to be. So,
Because love back then, anybody can show love to you.
anybody.
As long as you feel welcome, you feel someone checks on you, that's love. But then because of the idea of having the need to have sex and being in love, everybody now, it's now those very, very huge, pressure placed on the idea of love to the point where, if you meet someone, you now have to fulfill those obligations, especially when you're not married to them, So at the end of the day, I feel like we're deviating from the original idea of what love is.
Yeah.
Irrespective of the fact that there are different types of love. I feel like the world have made it relaxing these days that there are now different types of love. You now have the agape love.
No, that's in the classification of love.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these days, see, when someone tells you love, you know what it is already.
So,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be that way in the first place.
Actually, you shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
Go see the thing. Okay. Like now, how do you put this forward? Yeah. When you meet a young man, you're a young lady.
Yeah.
You want to fall in love, right? You want to you want to get married at the end of the day, and then you meet. Okay, why we're still hitting on if there's true love or not,
Yeah.
if there's still real love or
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
and then the transaction.
And why is
thing.
it
Now on the street you come out, maybe you meet this handsome dude, you're beautiful,
Yeah.
all packed together, and then he sees you like in his head, like, oh my, wow, this girl makes sense.
Yeah.
You're the kind of girl that's where I want, that's my spec, as people would say.
Yeah.
And then she in her head too would be like, whoa, wow, I think I like this dude. And then you get talking and everything. But funny enough, the guy starts sizing you. I'm just coming from where you're coming from. Like,
Yeah.
it's not what it used to be.
Yeah.
Now people check what you have
Yeah.
before they now fall in love with you.
Yeah,
So it's
like-
crazy. Like in that space, it's so crazy. Just start asking yourself, come on. So if I don't have, I
Will
can
she-
end up with somebody like this.
So
Okay, am I going to remain poor because I really don't have? Like, come on, what's going on? Like, seriously, I think we should do better. I feel we're overstressing this thing.
So
there are other qualities you should look at. At the end of the day, you're looking for somebody you're comfortable with. You're looking for a companion. You're
Yeah.
looking for a partner.
Long life.
You get exactly, and it's going to be a long life
Lasting
thing.
relationship.
So I think if we really start spelling this on transactional basis or what somebody has before you settle down, it becomes something else. You meet a guy, like, it's not just about men alone you get, because women look at it that does he have a car? And it's all fine. You don't even get car. You don't even get house of, I'm not falling in love because this one I'll just come and suffer. I want a baby girl lifestyle. I know even the men to want baby boy lifestyles. You get? Yeah, don't you think so? A man wants to be relaxed. He doesn't want to. I think men often go out there to, they hustle, try to live up to responsibilities and all of that. But then even them too, they need spaces. A man wants to end up with a lady that can support him at the end of the day. Like, oh, we're in love, babe.
Yeah,
you're trying, okay? Somebody that can look at your effort and be like, babe, you're trying. Applaud you for it and all of that. That's what I mean, baby, we're life, and not just sit down.
I know.
Even if I know that these days, people are looking for sugar mommies.
So I think that takes us to the post we saw online. There's a post online that caught our attention. I think it was coming from Toyo, one of the Big Brother's housemates, who had said, he took to his social media handle and said, if we continue to let prostitution and runs thrive in our community, many of us will never get married and will ruin the world we live in. He went further to say, many of you are used to paying for sex, in which emotions are now and never involved. I mean, come on. You all go and end up lonely, sad and depressed. He went on to say it has become so bad that even girls under 18 have started doing this.
Seriously.
Then you end up giving birth to children you can't take care of. He also said prostitution runs, in quotes, has made so many girls lazy that they don't even plan to work again, and you all want respect.
It's very correct.
So it's like
they had a lot of points in there, and it's the tradition these days.
It's no longer love now. It's just two people meeting up in the name of
meeting
love,
up
and
in
it's a
the name of
transaction.
Thank you. What I want to have? Oh, fine. I want baby get. You go buy car for me, or I promise I'm gonna give you a car.
Yeah.
Let's not just go deep into the Lambo thing. Anyway, exactly. The Lambo thing. Okay, fine. I'm. You know what? I love you. I like the way you are. I just want to have something to do with you, and I'm going to give you this. That's what goes on these days. And if you meet ladies now, you ask them, "Baby, I like you." She'll tell you, go straight to the point. What do you want?
Because
one, it's the sex you want. Exactly. So don't say I like you. Come on, what do you like about me? What do you love about me? You love what I'm ready to offer you. And then why don't you go straight to the point? Well, let me know where you're coming from. Because whenever I meet a man now or a guy and he tells me I'm attracted to you, guy, just get the hell out. I don't want to hear the next thing you have to say. Just go. Seriously. Because it will end there. There was this time, we're still going to come back to what that guy said, because he had a lot of things to say in there, and it's really correct. That's what's going on in the society today. There was somebody that I met some time ago, and because we drove legs or something, I can't remember. And then he kept on following me, he calls me, blah, 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 I like you, I'm attracted to you, just give me time, blah, 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 blah. So it was like, I want to see you. So that day, I had to go out with my sister. I didn't tell him I was coming out though, because as I come, this I want to see, I don't understand. I don't understand. Where is he heading to? But I can sense something fishy. Yeah, it's what you want, but you don't want to hit it. Yeah. So I was like, okay, my sis, let's go. I won't tell him you're here. So when we got to the gate of the estate, I was like, oh, I'm here. And he drove out. Yeah. So while he drove out, he was like, you're with your sis. He first saw us and he drove as if he did not see.
For real?
And I told him, it's me that is standing there with my sister, you get. So while he drove again, he took us, like, we gisted and all of that. So I was like, oh, fine. Me, I prefer open spaces. I don't visit you in your house.
Private space,
private. I prefer open spaces. Let's go. You will like me, you're attracted. We want to know each other. Why don't we go and discuss? Yeah, let's talk about something over a drink, or just discuss about something. Let's get to know each other, You mustn't be in the house. Yeah. Anyways. So afterwards, we started disturbing again. I want to see you, I like you, blah, 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 blah. And then there was this particular day I said I was coming. And the first thing he said was, Are you spending the night? I said, as what? Exactly. I had to come on, as what? This is me, you're saying you want to know me better, and I'm saying I'm coming today after months of posting you. Yeah. And then you're telling me if I'm supposed to spend the night or not. I don't understand where that's coming from. And then I went straight to ask him a question, and I said, okay, let's look deeply into it. You see me, you like me because I'm beautiful, isn't it? I see you, I like you because you came with a car or you have money. Okay. You get now. Take out the money that you give to me later on. Take out the beauty that you have to. What exactly do you want? Okay. What exactly are we doing here? Okay. What exactly are you holding to do? What are you holding to? You get nothing, and he kept quiet from that day. He never said anything, because it's the truth about it. Now we love for the wrong reasons. You see somebody or more because she has figure eight, you follow, and then I see you because you have money, you have a big car, and I feel I can get something.
An idea of loving the person comes.
Thank you, and now this is one problem we have even in marriages today. You see the girl all packed. Oh, she's pretty. This is my wife. She's my spec. You follow spec and you get married. Now I follow money. This dude is all packed, he's handsome, came up from a family where they have money. I believe I'm going to be very comfortable for the whole of my life.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, we now get married.
And there's nothing.
What I saw you to be isn't who you are. What you saw me to be is not what I have. Thank you. Welcome to life. Now that's why that thing sprouts up. We love for the wrong reason, and that's why we always people will not ask. There's no true love anymore. Is it business or something? So it's crazy, actually.
Looking at the angle from bride price, do you think with the way bride price is now very expensive, people are still able to put love together? Is it? Because I feel like at the end of the day, you go to different places to find love. Say you find love, you find someone who you love, and then you're like together for a long time, and then you go down to their village to finally seek their hand in marriage, and you're seeing a humongous price list of things you're supposed to do before you carry them home. So if you don't meet up, trust me, you're losing that relationship. So do we think it's a barrier? It's an idea that falls under love being transactional.
Yeah, it is an idea that falls under love being transactional, but I think different cultures and I can spread out some cultures. Maybe some parts of the Igbos do that. Yeah, you have to bring.
Oh, so the Igbo is not taking the shots now?
No, it's not. It's not that. But in my place, I'm not just giving you an expo to look for a bookie girl to marry. If you come, we would give you price to pay. So in my place, the man can just till now they do it. It's a culture for us. You get. They can still tell you, okay, fine. The main bride price is 100K. And you give 100,000 naira.
But
and then maybe you just the drinks and small things they will ask you to bring. But that's how.
So, but at the end of the day, that still means love is that still makes love a transaction because you're
that.
paying.
I think traditionally what it means is
you have secured someone.
Them, you've minus securing. You get. You're not telling them that you can take care of their daughter because if you've gotten these things to them as in-laws,
it guarantees
that you can take care of their daughter. I think traditionally, I don't know, but I'm sure people have a lot to say about this when it comes to paying the bride price and all of
Looking
that.
at it from the religious angle, I mean, do we liken it to it too? Because I feel like being Christians and being Muslims and being all that, it kind of limits the idea of love. Let's look at the Muslims, for example. Do you think that kind of love, not to shade any religion, is love, real love? Because these days you have a Muslim man marry more than one wife, marry the first, the second, the third, and then these days you have men from that part of the world who now settle for, say you have, for example, Dangote's daughter is marrying somebody else who is rich, say, what's the other dancer's son, and then isn't that a transactional love, kind like?
And sometimes, for me, I just feel, in my opinion, though,
that's security. That's not love.
Like for some people, they want to secure
a future
of
that benefits both families.
Exactly, that benefits both families, because you wouldn't want at the end of the day, and I think that's even what goes on even today. When we actually talked about you sizing the lady, if she has, and the lady sizing you,
background,
exactly, but it hits back to background check. You want to know if it's from a rich home or if she has something, even if she's not from a rich home, she might have something that. But I tell you, people still go for background check. If you want to marry these days, they ask you, like if you even take yourself or your guy takes you for maybe to see his parents or for a dinner with his parents, the first thing they ask you, where are you from?
Who's your father?
Who's your father?
Who's your mother?
People still want to maintain that.
And then bringing it to the religion side, is your mother a Christian mother?
So I think it's a societal perspective of how
what it should be
or how it should be. But on the other hand,
looking at the social media,
nobody wants to end up
in a place where they are not.
That is the truth about
in the name of love, understanding wife.
So it all happens. I think there are still things.
Do we feel social media influencers these days have really calmed down and clamor it and make it look like love is now a transactional thing, coming from the Saidaboj, the Geh Gehs, and others who have contributed their own quota on what love really should be?
I know a lot of people.
Because I feel like at the end of the day, we listen to some, we forget that love is within you. It comes from within your heart. At least help it follow the heart. Whatever you think of it, however you display it, let it be your own affection to give what some social media personality tells you. So it's like you now have lots of people misleading the girls and the guys, and it's like, before you do this, do this. If he's going to come see you, let him spend this. If you're going to hang out with him, remember in our last episode we talked about love. If love should come in a plate, like, oh, he's paying for your meal, are you going out to hang out with the person because you're hungry and all that stuff. So do you think these people have come together to make it look like love is really a transactional affair? I mean, you guys can leave your comments
you
and
can leave
your
comments
your
in the
option, your
comment
opinions in the
section.
comment section.
I'm
But
sure when Saidaboj went on Honest Bunch
yeah,
and said those things, you know, it became something else.
it was chaotic on social media
it
for a
was
long
so
time.
chaotic for a long
That's,
time.
yeah.
It was there, and people were like, they're
This girl,
misleading young girls.
yeah,
They're
and
doing
then
this.
I mean,
they're
she had
doing
people
that.
standing by her, and she had people those who were, a flat. It's
Some
like,
people would stand by that.
Yeah.
Say, talking stage had to be like, was it 20 million? She said, I'd be 500,000.
something of that sort.
I think 500,000, and she said, I think she mentioned 20 million. I've forgotten the whole
Amount.
saga and all of that.
Yeah.
And then people started bantering on it, like, oh, fine. She's misleading young girls to say, because of your beauty, you're supposed to be paid because of that. That brings us back to the first discussion when I said some people have been hurt.
Yeah.
There are people that have given
all their
into
best,
love
and
didn't
never
get
got anything in return.
Like when
yeah.
I saw that, I know at some point she misled. It was a bit misleading, you know, because you're telling people, don't even wait for it. If it just says, hey, hi,
bill him.
You get bill him. Like, you're beautiful, bill him.
True.
Like you get
because it comes with a price.
There's sometimes that a lot of people picked different things, like, and the way it came out from her was like, bill him. Don't allow him go scot-free.
So do we think she's been hurt somewhere?
I think so. I think it was a personal kind of thing.
Then,
before you judge people,
you
go
look at what they've been through.
What they've been through.
Yeah.
A lot of people will not come openly to
hurt
tell
people.
Huh? they won't come openly to tell you, oh, fine.
This is why it's like
I've
this
gone
for me.
through this, I've gone through that, and I'm sure why she finally finalized her own opinion about love. Like, okay, fine. If you don't give me such amount of money, there's no way this is going to happen.
So coming from this angle, I mean, look at what happened between Yul Edochie and May Edochie. These two persons were in love for a very long time. They built a home together, lost the child, God rest his soul, at some point. And then it broke out, and then he fell in love with someone else, and she fell out of love from the marriage. So this, according to the veteran Peter Edochie, said they've been in love for a very long time and they ended up together. So it's like now there's a gap between the two persons. It's like, so is it like a love that went south? Is it like, did it got transaction at some point? Because he's now made it, and he's now, coming with where he is right now with his, with the other woman. It's more transactional online now because they have to do those things online to make more money, get the audience, to get talking and all that stuff. And for why it's the other way around. But at some point there was real love in between. So do we say it became transactional at some point that everybody just looked away?
No, for me, I wouldn't say it became transactional because love fades. A lot of people will tell you that. I'm not in marriage yet. I'm not married.
Yeah.
But I think I can still feel some things. I can.
So
still
you agree that love fades at some point?
At some point, love fades. If you have listened to Michelle Obama, speak on love, while the other person, she was like, the other person gives at some point, the other person gives 10%, and you have to give 90. You cover it up. You can't say, because he's not giving. He's giving 10.
He's not giving the
I have to
entire.
go down to 5.
Isn't it being transactional at that moment?
No.
Okay.
I think there are lots of things when we talk about being transactional.
It's a business.
We're talking about business basically, But now when we talk about attitudes and all of that,
and what you bring to the table,
exactly, and what you bring to the table, it has to be a sort of balance between the emotional, financial, and everything
aspect
for
of
marriage to work. So I think when it comes to marriage, it's different. I won't say it's transactional, but just that some people fall out of some people fall out of love. They allow that thing to. They forget the love they started with.
But you can't keep that for a long time.
A lot of people will be like, I want to grow up with this person. Now, they forget that they promise themselves, I'm going to grow old with this person.
Yeah.
A lot of things come in between love.
And cluster it.
Exactly. Because there are sometimes that your partner starts behaving somehow.
A funny way.
You've never seen a funny way. And you're like, I don't know this person with this attitude.
Yeah. At that moment, it's like someone else out there is now catching the fans.
And then now you start asking yourself questions to be like, is this how it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Now you now find different things about your husband, and you be like, this is not the man I got married to. You find yourself every day. Well, what the only advice I give to people, a lot of people be like, single Pringles are the ones that give advices. But the only thing is, understand yourself small. Remember where you're coming from.
Remember what you shared together.
Remember what you shared together. And if you remember with a lot of things in it,
it will work.
It will work. It will work. That's how I see marriages, today.
Yeah.
So I won't say
so marriage is not a partnership.
Transactional.
It was more of a, I love you, and then, one way or the other, it just went south because something happened.
Something happened. Exactly. Something really happened. So, and they just fell out of it, and instead of them to find a way to resolve.
But do you think they can ever resolve it?
they could resolve it.
In the future.
I've seen people that went
I mean,
out of.
give for example Jacobs and Jokeda
Oh
Silva.
no, I admire those couples.
Yeah.
Damn.
Then there's another couple that have been together. I think it's Gloria Young and Nobert Young. Gloria Young and Nobert Young. They just recently celebrated their, I think, New Year's anniversary in marriage. It's like at the end of the day, you split and then you come back together.
You split, you come back. That's love actually.
Mm.
You know, there's something you.
So
find
real
in
love
this
do
person.
still exist.
Real love still do exist. There's something you find in this person that even if you wonder about,
you won't
can't
see it
find
elsewhere.
in any other person. That's why most times I tell people, some people are never replaceable. They are irreplaceable.
Yeah, that's like one of your strongest
some people
words.
are never replaceable. They're so irreplaceable that if you feel you can replace them, go ahead with your thing.
You come back.
And then like, you start thinking, this guy would have been like, if he was a do at this point. Now I know that I would have not been stressing myself. It happens that way.
So because we've come across people who fell in love with people and then they don't end up with them, they end up with someone else and then they start having regrets. At that moment, you're now out of love with who they settled with. So, it goes both ways. But anyways, regardless.
Love has a love.
Love has a lot. Love is a
find
whole.
The right person.
Love is a whole lot of topic that it never ends.
Yeah.
So don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. And that's all I've got for you guys today on OyaGistme podcast.
Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms.
Like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe too. My name is Chinedu to go once more.
I am Neglina Otu.
See ya.
See you next episode. Ciao, ciao.